Good evening, YouTube, BookTube, the world. I thought I'd do a video, even though I don't really feel comfortable making a video because it's not been 24 hours since I last made a video. I don't want to overdo it. I mean, I can make a video every day, but I like to space them out. But here in Southwest Michigan, it is December the 26th. It is 10:05 at night. It's too early for me to go to bed. Last night, I didn't get to bed until 1 o'clock in the morning because I think I mentioned about my legs bothering me and my feet, and what it was, I had not drank any coffee. And I was having a caffeine reaction, soreness in my leg muscles. So I got up, I went to bed around 11 o'clock and got up and drank coffee. And then I was awake. I mean, coffee doesn't really keep me awake, but I was up because I like to go to bed and just pass out. I don't like going to bed and just laying there thinking about all kinds of shit. So tonight, I don't want to go to bed at 10:06. Here it's a Wednesday night. And so I thought what I would do is get my January 2019 diary ready. I do this kind of a ritual I do every beginning of every new month. I get my diary ready, and I showed that some of my new subscribers don't know that I get these from the office supply store. I get it from Staples, and I rip them out of this thing. I rip it out, and I get scissors over here. I get a pair of scissors, and I cut off the little things here because it won't fit inside my folder. So then I cut that out, and here's the December. This is I just ended my diary tonight for today. Today was December the 26th, 2018. I ended on page 1096 tonight. So then so after I cut this little part out with the scissors, I have to, here's my, tomorrow's December the 27th, 2018. Then I have to write, as I mentioned, I have two folders. What I do, the first folder goes from the first day, like January the 1st to January the 15th. Second folder will start on January the 16th until the 31st. So then I make sure that I don't have them upside down, and then I get a little felt pen, and I put on the page, the month, January, you gotta pay attention here, January 2019, see, like that. And I've been doing this for years. This is, some people use Moleskine, some people use notebooks, some people use, all kinds of things for their diaries, their journals. Whatever works for you, this is what works for me. So I've been doing this for as long as I can remember. I It's like I'm a historian. I talk about time, recording time, being aware of time. I like reading history, especially American history, American church history. I like reading about, the Puritans, 17th century English Puritan theology and history, things like that. I don't know where, because I suppose I've always been kind of interested in history. I suppose it kind of triggered when I was in elementary school. We were living in Norfolk, Virginia, and I remember in elementary school going to see Jamestown and Williamsburg, and we used to go places like that, Frontier Village, and I don't know. I would suppose my interest in history became really strong when I became a Christian, knowing church history, because when I was in Bible college and seminary, I took a lot of church history, a lot of extra classes, seminars, intensive classes in church history. And I still read a lot of church history, even though I'm not a minister of the gospel. I'm just an old geezer who reads a lot. So anyway, I got these two out, and then I get one of them, and I put this in the front of the folder. Put it in there. Yeah, before you know it, it's going to be January the 1st. What is January the 1st? I think it's next week. Next week, Tuesday? I think it is. So, I'll be all ready for the new year. See, it's all in there. See, I like these folders because of the pockets. I can put in receipts, I can put in emails, I can put in all kinds of crap, stuff I copy off on our printer. I can do all kinds of things. That's what I like about them. And, they're easy to store. See, like in this one, I have stuff in the flap. Like I got, okay, I made a comment in my recent video that I don't get any personal email. Well, one of my booktubers reminded me, hey, I've sent you email. And he's right, I made a general statement. I apologize. And I also have received email from another person who watches me. She does not do booktube, but she watches me. Her name is Patricia, and she has sent me email, and a couple of years ago or a year ago, we sent books to one another. So yeah, I made a general statement, and I apologize. I have, even Steve Donahue sent me an email and has sent me some books in the past. So it's not completely true that I have not gotten any kind of personal email or contact from the outside world that is personal. Years ago, I used to get, when I first started LiveJournal, when I started my online diary, Crooked Fingers, I used to get a lot of email back and forth with people, but LiveJournal is pretty much dead. My wife says that people have gone to different platforms, Instagram, Twitter. People are not really into LiveJournal. And now I do have a Facebook account, but I started that years ago because of our children. And I have my siblings are on there, and some people I knew in seminary, some people in another diary site that's now down, Journal Space. I met some people years ago, and And I like posting in my Facebook my bird photos, and I like hearing about different records coming out, different record labels, what they're putting out, and I don't know. Anyway, that is my January 2019 diary. Let me see here. Yeah, Tuesday is the 1st. Next Tuesday is the 1st of January, and I will be, Lord willing, if I'm not dead, I'll be on page 1. Yeah, you know, as you get older, you're always wondering what's going to knock you off. I don't know. It's just how I am. I get a card here saying in February the 28th, I have a dentist appointment to have my teeth cleaned. I've been reading tonight The Best Minds of My Generation, A Literary History of the Beats by Allen Ginsberg. I has shown this. I think this is a new book. It came out this year or last year. Let me see. I don't remember. This came out in 2017. And the reason why I got this out is I have another book coming in the mail tomorrow. It's another Ginsberg book that is called Iron Curtain Journals, May 1965 by Allen Ginsberg. It's when he was over in Europe back in 65, and it's his journals. I don't really know exactly what it is, but I collect the writings of Ginsberg, his journals, his poetry, his letters, biographies, literary studies. I'm into the beats. As you all know, I'm into Jack Kerouac primarily. It's like I'm up to Kerouac, Ginsberg, and William Burroughs. William Burroughs is way down there. I'm not really into William Burroughs, but I do collect him. Not as much as I do Ginsberg and Jack Kerouac. Now, I don't agree with them as far as their ethics, but I find them to be fascinating kind of individuals. They're people that goes back into my days of youth when I lived in the Bay Area in San Francisco and Berkeley and Richmond and El Cerrito, when I was into the counterculture and into those kinds of things. Even though I was a Christian, I've always had an interest in the 50s beat movement, literary movement, the California, San Francisco poets and things like that. Also, I read today, most throughout the afternoons, the William Gass Reader. I'm really enjoying this. This has become, it's just so wonderful, this book. It's just, but I mentioned in the video that I wish somebody would read to me the William H. Gass Reader. Well, I forgot that I have, a number of years ago, I was reading The Tunnel by William H. Gass, which is one of his most famous writings. This came out this is the third printing in 2012. I was reading this pretty much, but I also got William H. Gass reading The Tunnel. These are all MP3s. Him reading the whole tunnel, and then it gives you a little thing here, a summary. This is how it's all outlined, and it's kind of like subject matter of how the summary of the novel. So it's kind of interesting. So I did listen to a lot of this a number of years ago, but I do have William H. Gass reading The Tunnel from cover to cover. I used to come home from work many years ago, and I would go into my study, and in the early evenings, I would just listen to him read it. And I should get back into doing that. Maybe I'll do that when Carol's going to Seattle in February. to visit our middle child, Josiah, and his wife, Hannah, little Marika. Maybe I'll listen to it. I don't know. So I do have William H. Gass reading The Tunnel. You can find William H. Gass on YouTube reading from his writings. He's very interesting. He taught philosophy in St. Louis, some university, for many years. So I just thought I'd show you that. So that's what I was reading today. William H. Gass, Reader, The Best Minds of My Generation, A Literary History of the Beast by Allen Ginsberg. Writing in my diary. I'm beginning to feel better. I still feel kind of nauseous, but slowly but surely I'll get back on my own 2 feet. And so yeah, so that's what I got. I got my January 2019 diary ready. Tomorrow is a Thursday, and that's about it. And I got a book coming in the mail, and I got a CD coming in the mail. The new Sumac CD, SUMAC. So I hope you had a good Christmas, that you had a good day. Thank you for the many comments. Thank you for the subscribers. I do pray that you're all doing well. And yeah, until next time, bye.